And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Filmbox Podcast bonus episode. It's Golden Globe season, and they were just last night. Yeah, just last night, and we're here talking about it. I'm your host, Aaryn Souza. I'm joined by Connor Jameson. How you doing?
Doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Doing great. Doing something. The last night's awards were certainly interesting, and we are going to get into that. But first, I got to ask, we're not doing our normal stuff. This is a bonus episode, but I got to ask, are you drinking anything today? You got anything to wet your palate?
Just water.
All right.
Coming straight from work. I don't got anything special today.
That's all right. I got a Diet Coke. Please sponsor us.
You got
Diet
a tiny
Coke.
can.
Yeah, I got the little mini can.
You got 2 sips and you're done.
Yeah, dude.
So make them count.
Honestly, I like these cans a lot because I always find that, like, with a regular can, I don't finish it by the time I'm, like, over drinking it. And with the bottle, I really don't finish it. So, but these, I always finish. So.
Not a real sipper.
No, well, it's just, like, I like it up until a point. And then, like, it starts to get warm towards the end. Like, I don't, like, down it. So it's, I never go back to it.
See, I'm the type of person who, and I've noticed this especially with, like, food too. If I'm eating or drinking something, I'm, like, nonverbal. Like,
Yeah.
I have to finish my drink. I have to finish my food before I can speak again.
Interesting.
So, I will finish my drink in, like, 30 seconds just so I can continue a conversation.
Dude, when I'm at a restaurant, I only get water at restaurants. I don't know why I'm just weird like that, but I only get water. But man, I will go through like 3 glasses of water at dinner. I drink so much.
Yeah, I sometimes I'm just like I want to tell the waiter like just leave the water here.
Yeah, right. You don't have to keep bringing it around.
I'm a thirsty guy.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about water. We're here to talk about the Golden Globes. And there's a lot to talk about. So why don't we just dive right in, Connor? Do you want to go just by like quick hits on the winners of each of the categories? Each of the major categories. Yeah.
So this isn't in like the chronological order of the event. Because I'll say it, I really don't care about the TV awards. I don't watch a lot of TV.
The only thing I found out about the TV awards is that I really need to watch Shogun, apparently.
Yeah. I think I watched one episode and I was like, you know what? Let me come back to this once I have time. And then I just never
haven't had time. Yep.
Yeah. So best motion picture for drama, The Brutalist won.
Yeah.
Best motion picture. Oh,
well, let's talk about that. I am thrilled about that win.
Thrilled and not shocked.
I have been championing The Brutalist since I saw it in November. I was lucky enough to be able to see it before a lot of people, which is great. Yeah. So I have been kind of standing on the table for The Brutalist. It is epic. It's incredible. It's really well done. So I'm very happy that it won. And there were a lot of good movies in this category. I mean, I was happy to see, Conclave get a good nom. Dune Part 2 getting a nom.
Nickel Boy, September 5.
Yeah, and those are 2 of the movies that I haven't seen yet is Nickel Boys and September 5. So I'm kind of working. When they're playing near me, I will be seeing those.
It's a common theme of this year's movies. Like when they're playing near me, I'll see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was pretty easy to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone talks about The Brutalist like it is front runner for Best Picture at the Oscars too. I think we picked it when we made
Mhm.
our predictions. So no surprise there. I think the
Mhm.
Brutalist had a pretty decent night. Moving on, best motion picture for musical or comedy. Here's where we had a pretty decent shot.
No, no. I this ruined my night. They did this award last, and it ruined my
Yeah, for
night.
good reason. Amelia Perez wins, beating
Yeah.
out Honora, Challengers, A Real Pain, The Substance, and Wicked. Man,
Man. And so when you look at like what we think are the Oscars front runners this year, um a lot of them come from this category. Like The Brutalist is pretty much far and away the best from the drama category, I think.
yeah, I
But
think Conclave's hanging up there too. But
yeah.
aside from that, everything else is.
But like The Substance, Wicked, Honora, and A Real Pain in the comedy, musical or comedy category are all very high on my list of front runners. And seeing Amelia Perez beat all of them is kind of shocking, honestly.
You know, it's one of those ones where I don't even think we really got the. It's 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 just such kind of an embarrassment,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, it's
Like
just a
it,
it's
I
a
get
bad
it.
movie. It
It's a
wasn't made in good faith either.
it really wasn't, and that's what I think pisses a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Because you could pick a number of issues that the movie tries to address, and no one thinks they did a good job with them.
Mhm.
The acting was well done, and they get their appreciation elsewhere. But the movie as a whole,
Mhm.
not great. Songs, there's one halfway decent song.
I liked oh god, what was the name? Perdame, the climactic song at the end. I thought that was pretty well done, like the confession song. Um, but that was very short and sweet. Um, but I was not impressed with the rest of them, and I was actually shocked that El Mal was even in the nomination.
See, that was the
Uh,
only one where I literally was like, okay, I get it. It's like the only I don't think it's well directed. I don't think it's well choreographed. Or it's like decently well choreographed. But it's just like, okay, this is the one point in this movie where I'm like, oh, okay. We're getting like
yeah,
something where I'm like like coming out of my shocked or my boredom state.
yeah. What you mean the song where they're talking about sex change operations
Oh
is
my
not
god, dude.
is not does not
That
do it for you?
I will admit, yeah, that took me out of my boredom state too because I was laughing so hard.
Oh man, look, kidding aside, Emilia Perez is a very polarizing movie. A lot of journalists like it, or obviously liked it, but also it has a very interesting international impact, which I think is why it's winning the Golden Globes. I mean, obviously, the people who vote on the Golden Globes are entertainment journalists around the world.
Mhm.
And this is a French movie set in Mexico, tells a Mexican story, not very well, I will
Yeah,
say.
from a director who said he doesn't care to like look up Mexican culture because he's
Um,
got it down pat.
yeah, but it's very internationally friendly in that way, and we saw a lot of the awards this year kind of lean international in a way.
Mhm.
So I'm not really super surprised. But it was very shocking in the moment. But like really analyzing it, it's not terribly surprising that it ended the way it did.
No,
There.
and I was trying to tell you guys last time, the right people are championing this movie,
Mm,
so don't be surprised come Oscar time if it sneaks some awards that you don't think it deserves.
mm. All right, let's move
Yeah.
on.
Next,
We'll circle back around when we talk about some of our other stuff to some of these other
yeah.
issues.
We got best motion picture animated. That was Flow, the cat
Uh,
movie.
yes, very
Haven't seen
excited to
it.
see this. Yeah, when it's like nearby, I will be seeing it.
hmm The creators pulled a Paul Giamatti and went to In-N-Out with their Golden Globe.
I
So
thought
you
that
know
was
what?
awesome.
Well deserved. I will be voting for you if I had a vote.
Hmm.
Uh, cinematic and box office achievement. This one I wanted to touch on because Wicked won,
Yeah, I knew
and
Wicked was gonna win.
I I honestly don't know why.
Have you seen Wicked?
I haven't, but it's like, what what is the purpose of this award?
I don't
It didn't
really
make the
know.
most money, like either domestically or abroad. So it's like
It's like the audience
you cross off the
participation award.
yeah, and that's what I think it is. It's kind of like a participation award.
Well,
Um,
I think
like
see
it
I
was kind of
think
like
it's the award is named cinematic and box office achievement. So they must look at it as like a combination of box office success and also cinematic value, whatever that
hey,
means to
people were talking
someone.
about Wicked a lot, so
Yeah, I mean, Wicked is an event, and it's a well done movie. I mean, when you kind of have that cross section of like box office success and also is this a good movie? Like the only
it's
ones
got a
that
lot of
really were
pop
gonna
culture hype.
right, and the only ones that were really gonna be above it were Deadpool and Wolverine because it made $1 billion, which is not as good as of a movie, or Inside
Inside Out
Out
2,
2, which
also
again
made a
made a
billion dollars.
$1 billion, but I don't think is as good a movie as Wicked. Twisters is a great movie, very entertaining, but didn't make as much money. The Wild
But
Robot
yeah,
is a great movie and definitely didn't make as much money. And Alien Romulus and Beetlejuice, I think, are kind of lesser on the tier as well.
mhm. It's just one of those ones where it's like, is this an award that's just there so you can try to get like the most popular movies, so you can have like these people just show up?
Some mainstream like
Is it kind of
viewability.
yeah. Yeah, is it just like, hey, we needed like these people to show up to our
Yeah.
award?
In a year where a $10 million indie 3 hour epic won best drama and an international a weird international bad, in my opinion, bad movie won best comedy, you needed something to be like, yeah, but we gave it to Wicked too, right?
Yeah, look,
And,
Wicked's not leaving empty-handed. See,
yeah.
like,
And I mean, same thing with last year. Barbie won last year, which I guess had a bit more of a case for like the blockbuster
yeah,
part
because
of it.
that one made $1 billion and it was very culturally like relevant.
But it was also a way for the voters to be like, hey guys, look, we gave it to Wicked, or we gave it to Barbie. Barbie won
Mhm.
something. You like Barbie? it's
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. It's a weird award.
yeah. It's my participation award in my mind.
Yeah.
It got the most participation from the crowd.
Hmm.
Um, Next, there's the best motion picture for the foreign film, non-English film. Amelia Perez won that too.
I mean, obviously it won. So it was. This came
Yeah.
before it, but the fact that it won overall best comedy, musical or comedy, means it was going to win this.
Mhm. I mean, I haven't seen any of these yet, but I could tell that most of these are better.
Mm,
But
yeah.
alas.
Yep.
All right, now we're
Um.
gonna. Do you have anything else to add, or?
Nope. I don't.
All right, so now
Um.
we're gonna get into some of the acting ones.
Yes.
So first up is the best performance by a female actor in a drama picture. Fernanda Torres from I'm Still Here.
Yeah. This was kind of shocking to me.
I told
Um.
you. I told you.
Yeah.
Take everything out of it. She had the best performance of the year.
Have you seen I'm Still Here? No.
No.
Okay. I just I thought they would give it to Angelina Jolie. Um
I thought so too, because this one is felt very wide open.
it did. It definitely was the most wide open.
And I
But you're also seeing the international impact again on the voting body of the Golden Globes. I mean,
Mhm.
this is what, a Brazilian? Yeah, Brazilian film.
Yeah. I know like the Golden Globes aren't a 1-to-1. Like there's a lot of other awards that can go into it, but not looking great for Nicole Kidman's chances and
Mm.
Angelina Jolie.
I mean,
And
we still
honestly,
have a few. I mean,
there's
SAG
still
is
SAG. Yeah.
SAG is a huge indicator of the Academy Awards,
Mhm.
and I believe there's one other. It's not
I think
Critics'
BAFTA.
Choice. BAFTAs. Yep. BAFTAs
Well,
and
a critic.
SAG.
Yeah. But I don't think Angelina Jolie made the BAFTA list.
Yeah.
So she kind of needs SAG if she
Yep.
wants a chance.
Yep.
But I mean, good for Fernanda. Again, I've heard it's a phenomenal performance.
Yeah. No.
If
Yeah.
she can sneak onto the Oscars ballot, that would be fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Next,
We got
performance
best
by an actor.
in a drama.
Mm-hmm.
This was probably as close to the Oscar ballot as you can get. Adrian
Yes.
Brody wins for The Brutalist, beating out Timothy Chalamet, Daniel Craig, Coleman Domingo, Ray Fiennes, and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
Yeah. I I I love Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. I think this is the third best pick in a year where any of the top 5 could feasibly win. So
I honestly kind of think this is starting to wrap up for him. I think
I don't think
because I
so.
think he's been getting a lot of other Critics' Choice awards too.
Yeah, I
And
just
we'll see. Again, we still have the 2 more big ones, but I
I
don't know.
s-
I think
I
time's
don't
running out on
think
Timmy.
yeah, I don't think Coleman Domingo has it. I really do still think that Timothy Chalamet has a very, very good chance. Because the voting body of the Globes is so different from the voting body of the Academy Awards, I still really think that there's a very, very, very solid chance that Timothy Chalamet wins. But we'll
I
see.
don't know. I don't know. I feel like this would have been the one to win.
But
But
again, it's a very strong category this year.
it is. Because I mean, moving on, we probably had one of the biggest shocks of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Best performance by a female actor in a musical or comedy. Demi Moore, The Substance, out of the
So
blue.
happy. So happy about this one.
Yeah, beating out Amy Adams, Cynthia Erivo, Carla Sofia Garcon, Mikey Madison, and Zendaya for challengers.
Mm-hmm. I
Huge win.
wanted Mikey Madison a lot, but Demi Moore is a great choice. And admittedly, we fucked up not including her in our Oscars.
You fucked up.
Yes.
I fucked up by not fighting you harder on it, but I said she should be on it.
Hey,
She was on my
but
ballot.
also to our credit, or to our, I guess, to when we recorded that episode, none of us had seen The Substance. So
Didn't need to know. I didn't need to. I knew.
well, we didn't. We also I didn't realize the performance that she gave in The Substance until I saw it. And it was like the day after we recorded that episode, I saw The Substance.
We both
and it
saw The Substance.
was like, yeah, we definitely needed to include her on that.
Listen, that's why you gotta just. I haven't seen like half the movies we've talked about, and I'm still just. I'm sticking my legs out for them.
As far as I actually, as of our predictions, I'm in the middle of watching Gladiator 2. But once I finish that, I will have seen all of our predicted. Oh, except for Daniel Craig and Queer. I've not seen that, but that's kind of like he has no chance of winning. So,
Yeah.
But other than that, I will have seen every other movie where for our predictions. So I feel pretty good to say that I think right now for Best Actress it comes down to Demi Moore and Mikey Madison.
Yeah.
For Nora.
I think I still kind of lean Mikey, but I think I think we were a bit too confident with her. I think that the seat is not promised with her.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk more general winners and losers later, but it's kind of not looking great for Honora.
Yes.
But next up, we got best performance by male actor in a musical or comedy. We got Sebastian Stan for A Different Man as the
I
winner.
love that. I love that pick.
Yes.
This was another one where it was super wide open.
Yeah.
I did not know. This was kind of like, I guess, like the AAA actor ballot, because like
kind of.
all of the nominees in drama are gonna be the big name nominees at the Oscars.
Yeah. I will say, hey, maybe Sebastian Stan sneaks in now. Maybe
Mhm.
he beats out a Daniel Craig.
I just don't know, because he gave two excellent performances and you gotta pick between one of the two.
But they will. That's the thing. They will nail down one and then they'll vote on that.
Either that, or it'll end up being a situation where his two movies split his vote and then it allows someone else to come in above him. But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. But it's funny because you could tell they kind of had to stretch, because Hugh Grant for Heretic got a nomination for musical or comedy, which
Yeah.
Heretic is neither of those. Quite
No.
literally the opposite.
I don't know, man.
I don't know who you, off the top of my head, who you are subbing in, but it's kind of funny that you're trying to push Hugh Grant in somewhere, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck it. We got a stacked drama ballot. I don't know where we could put him. Well,
I mean,
put him in comedy.
maybe like a Josh O'Connor for challengers.
I mean, if Zendaya got it, I could see
Yeah.
him. Or yeah. Or Mike Faced. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I love Mike Face too, obviously. But
Yeah, I feel like good for Stan. I hope that puts him on the Oscar
the
ra-
Oscar race, the Oscar
more.
boxcar race.
When A Different Man comes out, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Next we got best performance by a female actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. I think this was the first one that was announced.
Yes.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez. I think that was kind of, I said it in my Oscar thing. I thought that she was kind of the front runner.
Yeah, I still think that Ariana Grande will be a leader for the Oscar.
I don't think she's a leader anymore.
The way that this voting body performed tonight with all of its international picks, I think it makes sense that Zoe Saldana won. And I'm not saying that she's not a front runner, because I think her performance was very, very good. I still would give it to Ariana Grande, which is a wild sentence for me to say in 2024, that Ariana Grande might win Best Supporting Actress. But Zoe Saldana I would not be surprised to see. I was just happy it wasn't Isabella Rossellini. And I know I've
What is
voiced
your problem with her?
She's a great actress. I just don't think that the performance in Conclave was worthy of a supporting actress win.
You had, it wasn't even a win. You had such a problem with even the idea of her being on the ballot.
I know.
Just incredible hater energy. coming from you.
Apparently, nothing against Miss Rossellini.
Clearly, there's something. There is something. Maybe you just hate the Italians.
I don't know about that.
If you hate the Italians, you hate me. So
I would also hate M, and I don't want to be up against that.
hey man, I don't know you and your relationship.
Yeah, no. All right, and then finally,
we got best performance by a male actor in supporting role. I get probably the cleanest.
Yeah, this was the easiest one.
Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was obvious. He's great in it. So
I think he's sweeping this award. And he's definitely gonna win the Oscar.
Oh yeah, no, he was excellent. So
just to go quick through some of the other ones. Best director was Brady Corbet for The Brutalist.
I like that pick.
Peter Strawn won Best Screenplay with Conclave.
Also a good pick.
Very good. Best original score went to Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross with Challengers, beating out Hans Zimmer for Dune 2.
Shock.
It's interesting.
Actually,
Yeah,
not too much of a shock. It's just like I am probably the one person in the world that didn't like the score for Challengers because I just didn't. I don't know. I just would have loved a different vibe than like the techno vibe. It's just not really my thing, I guess, and that's why I didn't really like it. But I can appreciate the work that was done on it.
Mm-hmm. Best original song was El Mal from Emilia Perez.
Ugh.
Yeah, probably one of the only times that really wakes you up.
Mm.
But that was it for the film awards
Yep.
portion of the night. That's the only thing we'll be talking about.
So let's do a quick look at like winners and losers, overall thoughts. I guess overall thoughts on the event itself. I don't know how you felt about it. There were a couple things that I liked.
Go for it, because I couldn't
thought,
watch the actual event. I could only watch the videos on Twitter.
Got it. Nikki Glazer as the host was very good. I liked her a lot,
especially after what happened with what was his name, Joe Coy last year.
Yeah, Joe Coy.
Yeah,
it was a disaster.
We could have done a much better job.
Yeah. No, Nikki Glazer was very, very good. She was funny. Her jokes were not overly offensive to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
They were witty and poked a lot of fun just at like the industry a little bit. I mean, obviously there was a Diddy joke in there which was very funny, but also you got a joke like popular, which was she walked out on stage with a Glinda wand and a Pope hat and did a bar of a song called Popular, and then pretended that her joke was getting axed because it sucked, and it was very funny. I was very much enjoying it. So I don't know. I enjoyed that. I guess loser of the night was the nominee announcements, especially the acting announcements, because they did no clips. There were no clips of the acting. It was all seating charts, which was weird.
That's so. I mean, I like that the Oscars do it, but I feel like that's kind of the whole point of having these awards, is to showcase their performance.
Yeah, right.
Just show for people watching at home who, for a lot of these movies, can't see.
Yeah.
Show us something of like for someone who hasn't been able to see The Brutalist, show us a clip of Adrian Brody. Show us something.
Right. Yeah. No, I wish they would have done that. I guess those are the two big things for the night. Do you have any winners and losers for the actual awards?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay.
So, biggest winner right off the rip is Demi Moore.
Yes. I'm glad you said it.
Again, the win, I think that legitimizes her Oscar chance. I think she's a lock now.
Yes. For a nominee, obviously.
Yeah, for a nominee, not for the win. But I also do think she is a legit contender to win the Oscar too. I think I would not be surprised at all if she won. You know, and I guess concurrently with that, I think because of that, horror gets a big night up.
Yes.
Getting some legitimacy, a lot of nominations, and having more and quality up there at the same time. That was really fun.
That was fun. And speaking of Demi Moore, her acceptance speech, I think, was the best of the night. It was incredible.
Oh yeah.
It was very powerful. It was very succinct and well done, but I think did a lot. And even like looking at it as a man not in the industry who's 25 years old, I was in it like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I gotta be better. I have worth. And I was like, it was very powerful for me.
Yeah, dude, I've watched like the video. I love watching when they have like all the boxes of people. I love watching the announcement. Watching her family react to her win was awesome. I just love that. Her behind the scenes afterwards, so giddy. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Big winner.
Yep.
Concurrently with that, I do have a loser attached to that, and that is Mikey Madison.
Shame.
That's
It's tough.
it's tough because you gotta lock that one up if you want to continue to be a front runner.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mikey Madison is very. I still think she has a better than not chance of winning Best Actress, but whew, it is going to be tough going forward.
Yeah, especially when you are the best chance of Honora winning an award.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't think because I don't think Sean Baker's getting director. I maybe they get screenplay, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know what else is going to be in their pool, but
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an uphill battle. I guess that Honora being a loser is kind of is there overall. I mean,
mhm.
realistically, Yura Borisov, good performance, never had a chance. Um,
Yeah,
Screenplay award is still a potential, but you're looking at it like Brady Corbet is probably going to win Best Director.
mhm.
If not, I would love to see Coralie Fargi win. That would be such a out of left field nom, and I think win. And I think giving Demi Moore a win here is kind of an indicator that like something I
It's
said in
an
the last
option.
pod, like something's in the water this year with horror. Like there is a
Mhm.
legitimate chance that these are legitimate wins in horror. Yeah, I even just think that John Chu is probably up ahead of him now at this point for Wicked, even though it's not likely.
Yeah. I guess that's another loser I have is Wicked.
Wicked.
I mean, I think Wicked will probably still come away in the Oscars with more awards, but again, maybe I just don't understand the cinematic and box office achievement award, but it really does kind of just feel like the popcorn movie award where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, people were talking about you, you got enough at the box office. I don't think I kind of feel like it's kind of like a hey, you're popular. Well, you are popular. Um, sorry.
Yikes.
Um, sorry. I feel like it's just one of those awards where it's like, hey, we see you. We don't not going to treat you like a legitimate option, but we
Yeah.
see you.
I think it's going to be interesting.
Because it's kind of how Barbie was treated last year too.
Yeah. It's definitely going to get below the line nominations, but whether or not it actually pulls away with wins, I think there will be movies like an Emilia Perez that steals below the line noms or below the line wins from it. And while we're talking about it, I guess you got to say the big winner
Yes,
is
Amelia
Emilia Perez. I mean, winning a lot more than I would have thought. Which is it's
I
something.
mean, like Zoe Saldana, I think that was a well-earned win. El Mal, I guess, but because like looking at the songs, I tried listening to a couple of them. I just nothing stands out. Maybe it's just like we were blessed by What Was I Made For? Because that was like one of the best songs of the year, let alone for a
Period.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just
It
like
it feels like a step
nothing's-
down.
nothing stands out where it's like, oh, this is a great song, period. It's like, so I get that one. Then you win Best Musical Comedy.
You win Best
Foreign
International
film I could
Feature.
see.
You win
Yeah, it's
Best
just like-
Supporting Actress.
I can see it winning.
I mean, credit to them. They obviously something struck a chord with the voting body last night. But it's not a good movie.
No.
It's not. It's weird. It's not super well done. There's bad story choices. There's the climax is the ending is bad. And I was listening to the Big Picture podcast earlier today because they did they already have their Golden Globes recap out. And even they were saying like they didn't like it. Sean Fennessy didn't know anyone that he knew that liked it. Like no one really likes this movie apparently. but I don't know.
It's
It's
got
weird.
I thought I saw something and now I want to double check. Yeah, it's got under a 3% or 3 star on Letterboxd now,
Yeah.
which would be kind of wild if it kept winning awards.
It just
You
feels
know
like
what?
one of those reactionary kind of movies. Like, oh, this is a movie that deals with
Heavy
for
issues like
heavy issues, foreign people, transgender issues. We
cartel,
gotta
missing
vote for it.
people.
Right. We gotta vote for it. But is this the movie to do that? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Um and consequently, I think as a loser for me is kind of the viewers, the viewing body, um, film lovers, because there's going to be a lot of people who see this and are not as connected and are going to say, wow, I guess I really need to check out Emilia Perez. And they're going to watch it and be like, that's not good.
What am I watching here?
Yeah. And it's just going to put a sour taste once again in the mouths of the average moviegoer, where it's already, these awards are already seen as like pretentious, and you're
Mhm.
getting like a pretentious film award, you know. And like The Brutalist is one thing. That is an indie movie that was made for I think it was $10 million. It was this guy's passion project. 7 years it took him to make it. He had he fought for final cut rights, which Brady Corbet mentioned in his speech. And it's 3.5 hours long. That is a once in a that movie doesn't come around every year. But a movie like Emilia Perez is it's very art house, and it's just not a good representation of indie movies.
It's crazy too, because when it first came out, and I've seen a lot of people say like when it was like in its doing like the film festivals, everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is like one of the best movies you'll see this year."
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it, and I was immediately like, "Oh, this is one that's just gonna get lost on Netflix in like months."
Yeah, it will. And if it
Now
wasn't,
probably
it would.
won't.
It already is basically. If it weren't for these awards loves.
Mhm.
Um. All
But
right. Winners and losers.
I mean, I got two acting
Okay.
winners, being Sebastian Stan and Fernando Torres.
Mm-hmm.
I think both of them really kind of cemented a case that they should be Oscar hopefuls and
Mm-hmm.
Oscar nominees.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Stan. I know we've been saying, you've been hammering home, he's got 2 movies that could split his vote. I still think that 5th spot is wide open, and I
It could
think
happen.
it very well could happen. I know, like, it's probably going to be Adrian Brody at this point. Doesn't matter. Getting to say that you're an Oscar nominated actor is a huge resume booster.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Fernando Torres. I mean, especially coming out of, for us, nowhere, because like never heard of her before this. Hopefully, it can really like launch a career, especially for someone who, uh, again, wasn't really on many radars.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Loser for me, the Wild Robot, which is it's going up against a real tough competitor apparently with Flow. But man, is the Wild Robot just such an excellent animated movie, and I really, really wish that it had taken animated feature. But everything I've been hearing, I mean, obviously it lost last night. Everything I've been hearing is that Flow is really going to be the front runner, which is great for movies in that it is, you know, highlighting a Latvian film that doesn't come along every so often. But the Wild Robot is just such a good movie that it deserves some praise.
yeah, yeah, I feel that. And I get, maybe it's just because like we can't see Flow yet. We
Mm-hmm.
have seen the Wild Robot. Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of wish Wild Robot would get some more awards, but I get it.
Yep.
I know I said it earlier. I think Angelina Jolie and Nicole Kidman, and honestly, even Pamela Anderson might be trending
Mm-hmm.
towards the losers of the night, just because I don't. The Best Actress, I feel like there are maybe 3 or 4 locks, especially now with Demi's win. There's a lot of people fighting for one spot,
Hmm.
and with Fernanda Torres winning, who
It
knows?
could
Maybe that's
be.
her.
Yeah. No,
So
it'll
yeah,
be interesting.
yeah, and like I think Jolie was great in Maria. Haven't seen Baby Girl yet. Haven't seen The Last Showgirl. Someone who is very deserving is gonna get snubbed.
Yeah. No, that's yeah, it's a very good point. All right.
And I
Do you
got one
have any?
last loser.
Okay, one last one.
And this might be more kind of, I don't even know if he's a loser or not. It might have been a little rough for Timmy last night.
Maybe. I still
Maybe just a
believe
bit.
that his performance is Oscar worthy, and that the huge variation in the who votes for this award versus the Academy Awards is could still be good for him. I think we have to look at SAG and BAFTA, and if he's
Mhm.
unsuccessful there, I think his chances become basically none. But I'm
Yeah.
hopeful still. I mean I'm standing on the desk for Timmy.
I see if they have odds for SAG.
Um
I don't think so.
but all right, anything else you want to touch on for this episode?
Nope, that's kind of it for me.
All right.
Good,
Um
good slate for Golden Globes.
yeah, well, that'll do it for this little bonus episode. I'm not going to go through the whole outro, I guess, but go to our website for movie reviews, and we just did an article on our predictions for 2025. So, be sure to check that out. It's firstpicturehouse.com. And go to our socials in the show notes, go to our letterbox, visit all that stuff, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.